Hey yo, good evening viewers of the tube. My name is Tyler and let me welcome you to one of the few channels that continued to grind throughout this bear market. And now that the markets are turning slightly bullish, our grind will only get that much more furious. Well, let's get the sandpaper out and smooth out the content because it's time for Chico Crypto. So the markets have turned bullish and the general consensus is we are officially out of the bear market. I know I promised I would cut this hair once the bear market ended, but there is still a thought in my mind that a systematic failure could be caused by Tether. So until we get word from the New York AG on the case, the hair stays. But today I would like to forget about Tether and all that bull malarkey and discuss what will happen in the next bull run. Specifically, I would like to make some predictions on what the next parabolic bull run Bitcoin price will be and on what date. Some people say 100K, some people say 200K, and even some insane mofos like John Mcafee have predicted $1 million Bitcoin by the end of 2020, or else he will munch down on his wing wang, all while being the newly elected president of the United States. So what is my own personal prediction? Well, let's get right into it. We will be basing our predictions off historical Bitcoin data. And to get a good view of how this may play out, we need to understand how many days it will take to reach our old all-time high of 20K, how many days after that it will take to go parabolic, and how much gains will come in that time. So a major bull run happened in 2011 when Bitcoin went from under $1 to just about $30 in the span of a few months. It reached its peak on June 8th, 2011. Then a major crash and fall, and an extended bear market. It took 625 days until it reached its old all-time high again on February 22nd, 2013. Then from February 22nd, it took 281 days for Bitcoin to go parabolic and reach another outstanding number of nearly $1,200 on November 30th, 2013. Although there were some mini bull runs in that time, like in April of 2013, but we are looking for parabolic runs. This means Bitcoin 40x in the amount of time, going from $30 to $1,200. But then the bear market took over, like in 2011. But this time it took a lot longer to reach its all-time high of nearly $1,200 again. 1,125 days in total, from November 30th, 2013 to January 6, 2017. From January 6, 2017, it took 344 days for Bitcoin to go parabolic once again and reach this most recent all-time high of nearly $20,000 on December 16th, 2017. And once again, there were many bull runs leading up to this all-time high. This means Bitcoin went from $1,200 to $20,000, a nearly 17x. From this, we have some data points to analyze. First peak and resulting bear market in 2011, it took 625 days to reach the all-time high again, and then 281 days after to reach its new all-time high, and the price 40x. Second, we have the next peak in 2013 and the resulting bear market, which took 1,125 days to reach its all-time high again, and 344 days to reach its new all-time high, in which the price 17x'd. We can look at this two ways, by taking the averages of each of our data points or basing it on the trend. Let's start with averages. First, let's start out with the time it takes to reach a new all-time high. Bear market in 2011, it took 625 days. Bear market in 2013, it took 1,125 days. Add those together and then divide by 2 and we get an average of 875 days until Bitcoin reaches its all-time high again. Now, as of yesterday, we are currently 515 days since the 20K all-time high. That means if we take 875 minus 515, we get 360 days. This means based on averages, on May 9th, 2020, we will reach 20K again. But what day will it reach the new all-time high after going parabolic? Well, from the first all-time high in February of 2013, it took 281 days to reach its new peak. And from the second all-time high in January of 2017, it took 344 days to reach its new peak. Add those together and divide by 2, and we get an average of about 313 days. So, 313 days from May 9th, 2020 means we will reach the new all-time high on March 18th, 2021. But what will the price be? Well, from $30 to $1,200 was a 40x. And from $1,200 to $20,000 was a 17x. Add those values together and divide by 2, and we get a 28.5x. 20,000 multiplied by 28.5 equals $570,000 for a new all-time high on March 18th, 2021. The dates don't seem that far off, but the price seems a bit outrageous. So now let's analyze based on the trend. So what is the trend? As time goes on, bull market and bear market cycles have seen growing number of days to reach its new all-time high again, and then go on a parabolic run. And this is true even before 2011. Time is getting dilated, but on the other end of the spectrum, the percentage gain in price is getting constricted. And this is also true before 2011. So from the bear market in 2011, it took 625 days to reach the new all-time high. And after the bear market in 2013, it took 1,125 days to reach the new all-time high. Entering this into the calculator, 1125 the new number and 625 as our original number. That means the increase over time was 500 days, which is an increase of 80%. Now, if it is following this trend and taking more days over time to reach the all-time high again, and is an 80% increase, 80% more of 1125 is 2025. Since we are currently 515 days since the 20K all-time high, we take 2025 and minus it by 515. We get 1,510 days until we reach 20K again, and that would be on July 3rd, 2023. But what day will it reach the new all-time high after going parabolic? From the all-time high in February of 2013, it took 281 days to reach its new peak. From the all-time high in January of 2017, it took 344 days to reach its new peak. We put that into a calculator. 344 as the new number and 281 as the original number. And we get an increase of 63 days, which is 22.42%. Now 22.42% more than 344 is 421. So if it follows this trend, it would be about 421 days later from July 3rd, 2023, which would mean the new all-time high would be reached on August 27th, 2024. But what would the price be if it's following this trend? Well, the first time it 40x'd, and the second time it 17x'd. If we put this into the calculator and put 17 as our new number and 40 as our original number, we get a decrease of 23 and a percentage decrease of 57.5%. 57.5% less than 17x would be about 7.23x. $20,000 multiplied by 7.23 equals $144,600 for the new all-time high on August 27th, 2024. Now, with this one, the price sounds likely, but the dates seem pretty far off. Well, the next one is my favorite, and the prediction I find to be most likely. What if we take the average of the averages and the trend? Now, I don't want to bore you with all the math again, so I'm just going to say the dates and price. The date to reach the 20K all-time high again would be December 5th, 2021. The date to reach a new all-time high after a parabolic run would be on December 7th, 2022, and that price would be $357,300. Did I just predict the future? Well, viewers, could Bitcoin's new bull run peak be over 100,000? Could it be over 357,000? Or could it be over 500,000? Let me know your thoughts in the comments with a price and an exact date. Will be cool to look back on this video and see who got it right. If it's John Mcafee and Bitcoin hits 1 million in 2020, I just might have to join in on the fun and eat my own dick. Cheers, viewers. I'll see you next time.